students, welcome to this online section. We are familiar with the addition and the subtraction of integers. In the previous class, we have studied the properties of addition and the subtraction of integers. Today we will study the multiplication of integers. We know that the multiplication of whole number is repeated addition. For example, 5 plus 5 plus 5. 5 is repeating 3 times. 5 plus 5 plus 5, we can write it in the form of multiplication. So, 3 into 5. 5 is repeating 3 times. So, the product will be equal to 3 into 5, 15. Can you represent the addition of integers in the same way? Minus 5 plus minus 5 plus minus 5. Minus 5 is adding 3 times. So, we can change that addition, repeated addition in terms of multiplication. Then it will be 3 into minus 5. So, 3 into minus 5. Here, a positive integer into negative integer. When you multiply whole numbers, we just multiply 3 5s are 15. Here we are multiplying the integers. So while multiplying a positive integer and a negative integer, you just multiply as whole numbers and put negative sign before the product. So when you are multiplying as whole numbers, it will be 3 into 5 and put negative sign before the product. So your answer will be minus 15. Let us see one more example. If you are repeating minus 3 4 times, minus 3 plus, minus 3 plus, minus 3 plus, minus 3, which is equal to 4 into minus 3. Minus 3 is repeating 4 times. So 4 into minus 3. Multiply them as whole numbers and put negative sign before the product. So 4 into 3, put negative sign before the product. So the answer will be minus 12. So while multiplying a positive and a negative integer, you have to multiply the integers as whole number and put negative sign before the product. That means the product of a positive or a negative, positive and a negative integer is always negative integer. Let us see a few more examples. 4 into minus 2. A positive integer into a negative integer. We know that the product of a positive integer and negative integer is always a negative integer. So, 4 into 2, put negative sign before the product. So, your answer is minus 8. Next one, minus 3 into 7. So, that will be equal to 3 into 7. Put the negative sign before the product, which is equal to minus 21. Next one is multiplication of two negative integers. Can you find the product of minus 3 into minus 2? Here we want to multiply two negative integers. I will show you one pattern to find the product of two negative integers. For example, now we know how to multiply a negative integer into a positive integer. We know that negative 3 into 4 is equal to negative 12. Then negative 3 into 1 less than this 4, that is 3. Negative 3 into 3 is equal to minus 9. That answer we will get it if you subtract this negative 3 from this product. That is minus 12 minus 3. From the product, just above the product will be minus 12. Minus 12 minus minus 3. Minus 12 plus 3, that is equal to minus 9. See, minus 3 into 1 less than 3, that is 2. Minus 3 into 2, the answer will be, you can check it, the next just before the product is minus 9, that minus 3. Minus 9 minus 3, that is minus 9 plus 3, that is minus 6. Minus 3 into 2 equal to minus 6, that which is also equal to minus 9 minus 3. Minus 3 into 1 less than 2, that is 1, which is equal to minus 3, which is also equal to the just before the product is minus 6. From that product subtract this negative 3. So minus 3 plus 3, that is equal to minus 3. Then minus 3 into 1 less than 1, that is 0, which is equal to, you can find the answer, the product is minus 3. From that product you have to subtract minus 3. So minus 3, negative into negative, positive, minus 3 plus 3, that is equal to 0. So minus 3 into 0 is equal to 0. Next part, minus 3 into 1 less than 0, that is minus 1. The number is decreasing. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, minus 1. So minus 3 into minus 1. Here just before the product is 0. From that 0 you have to subtract this minus 3. 0 minus 3. 0 minus 3 will be equal to 0 plus 3. That is equal to positive 3. Minus 3 into minus 1 is equal to positive 3. See, when you are observing this pattern, you can identify one pattern here, that product minus 3. Product minus 3, you will get the next product. That product minus 3, you will get the next product. That product minus 3, you will get the next one. And this product minus this, you will get the next one. So, can you say what is the product of minus 3 into minus 12? Here the product is 3 minus 3. So 3, negative into negative, positive. So 3 plus 3, which is equal to 6. Observing this pattern, can you say what is minus 3 into minus 3? 1 less than minus 2 is minus 3. Minus 3 into minus 3 is equal to, here the product is positive 6. That minus 3. So 6 plus 3, that is equal to 9. So negative 3 into negative 3 is equal to positive 9. We can check one more example. Minus 3 into 1 less than this minus 4 is minus 3 is minus 4, which is equal to, here just before that the product is positive 9 minus 3, which is equal to 9 plus 3, that is 12. So when you observe these all examples, you can see that the product of two negative integers, we are getting a positive integer. Minus 3 into minus 2 is equal to positive 6. Minus 3 into minus 3 is equal to positive 9. Minus 4 into minus 4 is equal to positive 12. So we can conclude that product of two negative integer is always positive integer. While multiplying two negative integers, multiply them as whole numbers and put positive sign before the product. Here 3 into 2, 6 and put positive before the product. Here also 3 into 3, 9 and positive sign before the product. Here the integers multiply as whole numbers. So 3 into 4, put positive sign before the product. So we get positive 12. So we can conclude that in general for any integer a and b, minus a into positive b, which is also equal to a into minus b, that is also equal to minus a into b. A negative into positive or a positive into negative, that will be equal to multiply that two integers as whole numbers and put negative sign before the product. So minus a into b is also equal to minus a into b. A into minus b is also equal to minus of a into b. And the next case, if for any integer a and b, if both are negative, minus a into minus b is equal to a into b. Minus a into minus b is equal to a into b. Put positive sign before the product. Find the product of the following. First question, minus 3 into 8. What is the answer of minus 3 into 8? We know that it's a one negative integer and a positive integer. The product of a negative integer and a positive integer is always negative integer. So we are to multiply them as whole numbers and put negative sign before the product. So 3 into 8 and put negative sign before the product. So that is equal to minus 24. 3 8s are 24. Second question, minus 4 into minus 5. What is the answer of minus 4 into minus 5? Both are negative numbers. So multiply them as whole numbers and put positive sign before the product. So it will be positive 20. 4 5s are 20. Then tell me what is the answer of minus 10 into 5. 10 into 5, 50. Positive and a negative integer, so it will be always negative. So the answer is minus 50. Minus 2 into minus 9. Both are positive integers, so 2 into 9. That is equal to positive 18. So from these examples it's clear for you. Negative into negative is equal to positive. Positive into positive is equal to positive. Negative into positive is equal to negative. Positive into negative is equal to negative. When you are multiplying two negative integers, you will get the product of positive integer. If you are multiplying two positive integers, for example, 2 into 3, you will get the positive integer 6. And a negative and a positive integer, the product is always negative. And positive integer and a negative integer, the product is always negative. So you just look at the sign and have to decide the sign of the product.
Multiplication of integers. While multiplying a positive integer and a negative integer, multiply them as whole numbers and put a negative sign before the product. For example, minus 3 into 4 is equal to minus of 3 into 4, that is equal to minus 12. Multiplication of two negative integers. While multiplying two negative integers, multiply them as whole numbers and put the positive sign before the product. Example, minus 2 into minus 3 is equal to positive 6. Today's your worksheet is find the product of the following. And yes, children, you should read your textbook and practice these questions. You should practice the multiplication table also.